watch I reviewed on this channel was the VAVA VOOM 2931. This is the VAVA VOOM 2831. Same silly name, but slightly different in design. So let's have a look at this thing. Good day to you all, and welcome back to another BBW review. So as mentioned, this is the VAVA VOOM 2831, and a watch which I initially bought because I liked its sister watch, the VAVA VOOM 2931, so much, and there they are in comparison. I like this one a lot because of the shape of the case itself and the dial. It's got a nice sunburst. This has, as you can see, a very similar looking dial, but clearly quite a different case. So going into the dimensions of this, first of all, the most important one is the price. This cost $9, and as usual, shipped to me from Shenzhen in China for just $9. You have a 42mm across from west to east here, and an incredibly large or long 60mm from lug to lug. And I didn't actually know that when I was ordering it. I failed to read the specs. I just ordered it straight away out of excitement. And I do regret that, which I'll go into in a minute. So you have about a 122 gram watch here. You have a really, really big bracelet. I've actually removed, if I remember, 2 links one side, 2 links the other side. So 4 links removed and still weighing 122 grams. You have a integrated strap as on the 2931, which starts at 32mm. So it's quite a heft there, quite a girth on this watch. 32mm, and it narrows down or tapers down to a 20mm at the bottom here on this integrated strap, which again I'll go into later. But the case material, it is going to be alloy, of course, but I do like the fact that it is kind of not blingy. There's no shine to that at all, so it's quite a nice texture there. It looks brushed, but it's not. I'm not sure how they did that, but it does give it a nice non-cheap effect. Now usually the case sheen or shine is usually this type here, quite shiny. This isn't. So I do like the fact that they have, whatever they've done there, they haven't made it so blingy. It doesn't match the strap, as you can see where the watch head finishes and the strap begins. Shiny, not shiny. They should have done something, whatever they did to the case here, I don't know why they didn't do it to the strap. Actually, I do know why they didn't do it, because it's $9. So why bother? So looking into the case itself, you have a square or a rectangular looking case, which after having this watch for some time, although not wearing it that much, I still don't know what I don't like about it. I have nothing at all against rectangular watches, and I have quite a few. I think it's the dimensions that the lack of symmetry here. It should be that same width all around. I don't like where it sticks out here. I can't put my finger on it, but I just don't know why I don't like it. And that's just one of the things I don't like about this watch. One is not the face. I really like the dial. It has a really nice sunburst. Oh, first of all, as you can see, you have, or I've shown, you have 4 different types of dial and strap color. This one is my favorite, which was the same as the 2931. You have a nice sunburst there. I like the fact that it's quite simple. There were no minute markers. I had someone in the comments say that that was a negative, but sometimes to keep it as clean as possible, I don't really need the minute markers, just these indices here. And as you can see, they are all applied indices. You have the double at the 12 and single all around. They're quite nice indices, quite well applied. And you have a matching date window, which is very symmetrical here, so I don't mind that. I don't like it if it's on the 3 or the 9 or somewhere about the 4:30. This is not too bad. I do like the symmetry, and let's have a look at that. The first ejection, if I can say that word, of the crown is what controls, too much, is what controls the date. It's really difficult to catch that. Oh, okay, there we go. So the first ejection, I'm not sure which other word to use, will clockwise will turn the day, nice and smooth there. Anti-clockwise, the day, or the date there. So, quite easy to use. And the second ejection is the hands. They're quite simple stick hands, which do match the profiles. So quite a very simple design on the profiles themselves, which I'm not sure if you can see that. They do taper down at the ends, at both ends, but my camera isn't really picking that up. The hands themselves, again, quite simple stick hands with a stick second hand. The action itself, as you can see, it's quite floppy, but once it's in position, obviously it's not going to move. The back to the case, so you have that nice brushed effect, although I don't like these wider sides here. You have faux screws here, which are not screws at all. The depth itself is 11 millimeters. So apart from it being overly long from lug to lug, the depth itself does keep it a bit snugger, if that's a word, snugger. So 11 millimeters is not too bad. You have a very small bezel there. And the bezel is, as you can see, polished at the slant there. And on the flat, it's quite matte. So overall, a nice looking watch, apart from, as I mentioned, the shape, but that's purely an objective view. The shape of the case itself, it's nice. It does hug the wrist, or this one doesn't. This is too big for me. At 60 millimeters, this is going to hug the wrist of someone with a wrist size of about 7.5 inch wrist. Mine is 6.5 inch wrist. The crown, you have a hexagonal crown. Nice touch there. No problems there. Again, where the case meets the strap, you do have that problem of a different hue, matte and shiny, which I don't like there. The bracelet itself is a butterfly clasp deployment, which I think if you watch my videos long enough, you'll know that I do like. It's, listen to this. Not a nice song that's playing there, because it's a completely hollow bracelet, although thankfully it is push pin, so it was very easy to resize for my wrist. The articulation, it's okay. Usually on these cheaper brands, you get huge gaps where the bracelet does meet the case. This is not too bad, considering. But apart from the mismatch of the sheen of the bracelet and the case itself, it's not really noticeable once it's on the wrist, but as you can see, it is noticeable close up. And another disappointing point is why they didn't use solid links. I mean, I'd pay quite a bit more just to have that solid links, so I don't have that melody playing when I'm rattling it there. So a standard butterfly clasp, which I do like. There are no small links, so sizing might be a bit of a problem. As you see, all the links are the same width. Usually, on a good bracelet, you'd get standard links, and then closer to the clasp, they should get smaller to help with resizing. This one doesn't have that. It's a bog standard strap, but I do like deployments. On to the back of the watch. Let's take that off, the QC pass. QC pass, I wonder. I mean, it's okay just to put a sticker there, but it doesn't mean anything. Oh, I can't remove that at all. And you can feel how hollow it is inside. The movement itself is going to be a box standard. Am I doing that right? Oh, I should take the other plastic off first. So let's remove that. There should have been a sexy song playing there, but there you go. The details on the back are the VAVA VOOM. Terrible name, anyway. Stainless steel back. Unique design. That very well may be. I haven't seen a watch that is quite as ugly as this one at the front, so it may possibly be quite unique. Made in China, and there's designation, the VA2831, and a certification there, which I'm not sure what it's certifying. It's pretty certifying that it's a watch. You're going to get a stand. There's no water resistance here, so you're going to get a standard 30 meters there. Is it 30 meters, 30 feet? 30 meters, I think, yeah. 30 meters. Push on and pull off back cover there to reveal a standard Chinese movement. But, excuse me, a bit anal there. I've never had a problem with these Chinese movements. I don't know why people have to be very specific with what kind of movement it is. It's a Chinese movement, it works. You're going to lose a few seconds every week or so, but you're going to lose a few seconds a week with even better movements. And I've actually timed this with much, much better watches, and it keeps around the same time. So box standard Chinese movements are okay in my book. They do work pretty well. They do serve their purpose, especially at $9. So let's have a look at the my 12 o'clock push in test here. Does that minute hand move? So with the thumb, watch that minute hand. Does it move? That might have been me. Let's try that again. So positioning the minute hand between those indices there. And 1, 2, 3. Oh, I'm having a bit of a problem here. That's me, not the watch. 1, 2, 3, go. No, nothing there. Again, finger and thumb. 1, 2, 3. Little bit. Yeah, I think that's me. The nervousness in my digits, not the hand or the movement of this watch. So, pretty good there. Now, let's compare this with the sister, or the brother, whichever came out first, which is the 2931. So, again, this was the watch that I got first, and then this one. Let's move that to similar times, which is 25 past, so that there. So as you can see, the faces themselves are the same kind of dials, the same kind of materials. Let's move that around. Oh, listen to that strap. Same kind of brushing or coating on this case, which I like. So they're very similar. The straps are the same. The cases and the coatings are the same. This one has a hexagonal crown, as does this. They both have the same crowns. But as you can see, this is if I remember, this was about a 48 millimeter. This is a centimeter longer, but it doesn't look like it at all. I don't think it looks much bigger, but it's much, much longer. But you can see from this one to this one, look at the depth. It's much, much more shallow. This one has a much bigger bezel, or the case itself I think is the same, but it just sticks up a lot more. But I think the design of this is much, much better. And there they are together. They do look quite similar in size. Obviously this one does look quite bigger because of the shape, but it is much bigger in reality. 60 millimeter lug to lug compared to about, if I remember, about a 48 millimeter. So 12 millimeters difference, but when you look at them side by side here, it doesn't look that much of a difference, but it does on the wrist. And I'll show you both on the wrist now. So this is the 2931, the one I got first and the one I'm most happy with. And it does hug the wrist really well. It does fit on the wrist very well, and it does look quite compact. It doesn't stick up too much, and there is a very discernible gap under the left side there. Nothing to worry about. I'd say that does fit really well, and it feels good, and I think it does look good. Apart from the name, I think it's really good value for money. Now keep that in mind. This again is about a 48mm lug to lug. Now you're going to look at the 2831 with a 60mm lug to lug. So the one you're going to look at now is going to be about 12mm longer. And this is the 2831, one under review today, on the wrist. Now, it already looks too big for my wrist from the front here. Now the profile there, so you can get stick my pen up there, and there's room to spare. 60mm. My ideal measurement is no more than 50mm lug to lug. This is 60mm lug to lug, and it just looks ridiculous on my 6.5-inch wrist. So keep that in mind if you're interested in this. I would suggest that it would look probably okay on a 7.5-inch wrist, but even then you're still going to get that. I don't know. Again, it's subjective. I think that doesn't look very good. If it's uniform width all around, I think it would look much better. Patek can get away with this. VAVA VOOM, you cannot. You should have kept it uniform width all the way around. But that just might be me. You might actually think it looks okay. But I don't think I'll be wearing this again. I don't think I can wear it again unless I put on about another 20 stone in weight. But it is quite slim, but just too long to recommend. There you go, the VAVA VOOM 2831. And the much better and more comfortable sister or brother, the 2931. A much better looking watch, in my opinion. So there you go. So there you have it, the VAVA VOOM 2831. A watch that I'm sad to say I do not recommend, only because of the incredible size at a width of 50mm. Now, sorry, it's 60mm from lug to lug. Now, if it was a centimetre smaller at 50, we might be talking about something I could recommend. But this length is just too big, even for, I think, a sizable wrist of 7 inches. So thanks for watching, and I hope to see you again with another watch on the green chair. Until then, as always, take it easy.